guys, this is Oshi and this is going to be my VR to the lovely color Sunflower, aka B. And it's about circular decks. I originally saw Candy's video, obviously. I mean, I you know, there's a lot of VRs that I do because I saw it on Candy's channel. And I was, you know, just thinking that, oh, how cool circle decks, because I was coming out with a circular deck. So originally I was just interested in watching the video. I wasn't thinking that I would do a VR because I'm like, I only have one besides the new one. And then I realized a few days later, oops, I actually have another one that I completely forget that I have, which is not a good sign, obviously. But there are 5 prompts, and I'm not gonna go in order because one of them is how many decks you have, and I just told you that I have 3. And the last one is show me your decks. So I'm pretty much gonna show you the 3 decks that I have while I talk about them. So the first one, or maybe not, maybe I should just show you cards from, I don't even know how I wanna do that. I'm confusing myself. Okay, you know what? Let's just pretend I didn't say that, and no, I'm not gonna edit that. First question is, what draws you to a circular deck? And to be honest, the first deck that I got is the Wild Unknown Archetypes, and one of the reasons why I wanted this deck, even though the box is quite huge, big, is because it was circular. I don't know, I just kind of felt like I wanted to have one. Which is, I know it's a stupid reason. You don't need every shape on earth, you know, to have in your collection, to have a collection. Doesn't work like that. But still, I was interested in getting the deck because I've heard a lot of good things about it. But I think the biggest sell point at first, before I knew how useful this deck is, and that means before I started watching Deanne's live streams back in the days about the cards, was just the fact that it's circular. And I'm gonna show you a few cards. So yeah, I would say what draws me to circular decks is curiosity, I guess. You know, it's unusual. It's in a sense that it differs from the usual square or what is it called in English, the other shape that we have, like for the tarot cards, you know, the one that I'm talking about. I'm not gonna, you know, rack my brain for geometric names currently. Oh, look at that, it's the heart. And yeah, I written all the keywords on the cards because it takes, I mean, this is a deck that you need to have the guidebook out, and if you want to use it, if you don't write the keywords on it, I think. Okay, so that's what draws me to decks that are circle shaped in general, because my deck is different, obviously, I mean, for me. But the next one is, what challenges do you find that circular decks present? To be honest, obviously the shuffling, but I thought that it was hard to shuffle the Wild Unknown because it's a circular deck, but no, it's because it's huge. Like, as you can see, it kind of, and the card stock is nice and everything, even though it took me forever to find a marker that would actually stick and stay on the cards and didn't just, you know, I was able to swipe off every alcohol marker that I had, so that was fun. But it kind of falls into these sections, and the challenge is that, you know, I don't think you can reverse shuffle this type of cardstock, and overhand is really a challenge because it kind of, maybe it's because I don't use it, you know, on a daily basis, but to be honest, I don't think that this deck is something that you use on a daily basis. The questions and topics for the cards are too big, in my opinion, for just a reading for something like, oh, how am I today? The castle. Oh, sure, for for sure. I mean, you can do that obviously if you use this deck exclusively for readings, but I think the topics are too big for me, at least. You know, these are big archetypes, big archetypal energy. It's for me, it's not. I'm not gonna pull a dead end in just any kind of a reading, and I don't do readings for myself too often. I use them in pick a card readings, or I used to when I posted more, which I will hopefully start again. And then they play a central rose. Did I see a rose somewhere? A central role for the reading. So shuffling is definitely a challenge. But like I said, I think it's more so because of the size. I have tiny hands, so you know, it's not easy for me to shuffle such a big deck. And I saw Don Michelle turning this into a square deck. I can't remember if she decluttered the deck after all, or kept, or no, it wasn't a square, but you know, she chopped off from the size to be a better size to be handled. And I was thinking about doing that, but I kind of liked that it's a circle deck, you know, so I wanted to keep that. So I was like, you know what, I will deal with it. I will shuffle as awkwardly as anybody with tiny hands and big decks, which sounds weird, but you know. So yeah, I already answered the third question, which is how many decks do you have? I have 3. So what's your most recent? I'm gonna show you that last because that's my old. And if you're following, if you're a subscriber of this channel, then you know that I have new decks out, and you know that one of them is Circle. The next one I actually have, and it still kind of falls into what's the, oh look at that, it kind of started warping, like, oh god. So yeah, it's not good the way that I was kind of hoping to just keep them in the box, I guess. So I will have to figure something else out with this one. Honestly, when I first got this deck, I was very excited because there are 200, I think, cards in this deck. Because it's a tea leaf reading kind of sort of deck, so you have things like, okay, these are the same, like we have the months with different kind of bags, so you can keep them separately. You have stuff like the quill, which is get back to basics, so it can be used in a very fortune-telling way. And I kind of realized that when I just wanted to do a random reading, sometimes the messages were not really in connection to what the overall reading was trying to tell me. So I'm not even sure, to be honest, that I'm gonna keep this deck, because I would like to learn how to read tea leaves, but I think it's gonna be the same how I'm with runes, that I just wanna learn how to read runes but use the actual rune set, so not cards, because for some reason every time that I was trying to get down that road, it was just like blocked. And I kind of feel like the same for the tea leaves reading. Oh, dolphin. It's interesting, the dolphin is, you know, related to financial gain, because I would associate dolphins with happiness. And stuff like shark, take care of there will be loss of material wealth. Okay, but I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just, I don't like to say stuff like that. You know, I don't like to play the alarmist in the reading. I try to say that, hey, these are the things and you should better take care of these things. But I like to talk about what you can actually do, not what is lurking in the shadows, in a way that will just scare you when I do a reading. And you know, because then you're not taking away any advice from the reading, because you're just concentrating on the fact that, oh my god, I have a chance to lose everything. And then obviously you're gonna just invite those energies in and create that reality. So they are really cool, you know, like I love the illustration stuff, and I like the size. So the size is so much better. The cardstock is better. You can actually, oh, I never do that, you know, shuffle it overhand, which is great. So I appreciate that. but it's a lot of the cards. So I'm still frustrated because how could you shuffle 200 cards in one go? You can't. And the solution was to, you know, keep them in a bag and just pull one, but I kept it in a box and I managed to warp a card, so I'm not doing that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not even, like I said, I'm not entirely sure I want to keep. Oh, look at that. It's like those platings. Okay, I just stop. Oh, sunrise. We're gonna keep the sunrise here. So yeah, that's like a tower of cards. So interestingly, I have different kind of problems with more so with circular decks than, you know, normal ones, I guess. And my last one, and the top box still sucks. And did I open? No, okay, I thought that I opened the wrong side, but it's not, you know, opened correctly yet. The one that I made, shameless, you know, self-promotion and all, is the Questions Oracle. And I think, yeah, it's a bit bigger than the tea leaves, just a tiny bit, and a lot smaller than the archetypes. For me, the size is really good. It's a 40 card deck, and I used the linen cardstock from MPC, which is not as reached, or what is it called, that I thought, because I was hesitant, to be honest, to get decks in with the linen cardstock, because winter is definitely coming, because I wasn't sure how much it would you know, play a role in messing up the design in a way, you know, like covering it or something like that. But it's not. I don't see it, you know. You can obviously, I don't know if I can, you know, just move it around and show you. You can see the texture, but it's not taking away from the vibrancy of the colors or the softness sometimes, which I was a little worried about. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with the cardstock, and I'm very, very pleased with the size and the shape, because one of the things that I forgot to say is that why I chose a circle deck for this one, for the Questions Oracle. And look, you can look at my cat. It's because I picked questions for this one, picked topics for this deck that are coming back in, you know, like in a spiral, in a circle in our lives, because change is not something that we handle the same things, same way as we handled it when we were teenagers or when we're in our 40s. Or if it is, why, you know. Pets, like, what do they mean to us, and how do you relate to other people, or how do you support people? Can you even ask questions, stuff like that. Boundaries, you know, we learn to have boundaries and learn to loosen them when you go through life. So the topics that I chose for these decks are coming back, you know, they are circular, they are never ending in a way, they're not linear. I mean, the way that we deal with them. So that was why I wanted to have a circular sized circular shape for this deck. So yeah, I think that's all. These are my decks. It's not a lot, I know, and to be honest, I don't even know how many circular decks are out there. I mean, I've seen a lot of new decks in the VRs that I've watched, which is interesting because it kind of feels like a lot of people shy away from a circular deck because of the size, or, you know, how you think you can't handle it. And I'm not saying that those are not, you know, actual valid reasons, but sometimes you miss out on a deck if we don't give it, oh, look at that, Hedwig, don't give it a chance. So okay, Gravel, involvement with the low. Emotions, let's put emotions here. So yeah, okay, I think that's all I'm gonna say because I'm blabbering for sure. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're interested in my deck, you know, it's always linked in the description so you can check it out. This is, like I said, the Wild Unknown Archetypes, which is a great deck. And this is a fun deck, but it's the Tea Leaves Fortune card, this. So if you're interested in that, I have a walkthrough and a flip through, so you can see all the cards actually with all the little statements. If you're curious about the deck, please do check it out. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Those all have my channel and I love to see you. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here and bye.